Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Light of Truth special report. In recent years, legions of war refugees have swarmed into Europe, and some states tightened up their policy on refugees successively. According to Nouvelles in July 2017, while announcing a refugee reception plan, the French Prime Minister Philippe emphasized that the asylum seekers whose applications are denied should be deported without exception. Among the refugees who are confronted with deportation are Christians from China. They suffered arbitrary arrests and persecution at the hands of the CCP atheistic regime solely because they had attended gatherings and spread the gospel in mainland China. They were subsequently turned homeless without a hideout in China and had to risk their lives to flee to overseas democracies for asylum. However, most of the Church of Almighty God Christians who fled to Europe have had their refugee status applications denied so far, and hundreds of these Christians are confronted with deportation. Very few people have the knowledge of what persecution these Christians have suffered in China, or how risky the situation will be once they are sent back to China, or what living conditions they are going through in host countries. Well, let's approach these Christians together today.
As of March 11, 2018, there had been 1,863 claims for refugee status filed by the Church of Almighty God Christians to the authorities of France, Italy, Germany, and 11 other countries of Europe. However, only 96 cases were accepted. Among 442 applicants in France, there were only 6 accepted, and the pass rate was less than 2%. When these rejected members of the Church of Almighty God are identified by the French police, they will be sent to administrative detention centers because their status is considered illegal. Despite the fact that they have the right to appeal during their detention, they are subject to deportation at any time. Now, the Church of Almighty God Christians who have received the deportation order worry a lot about being inquired or detained by the French police.
我的难民申请被拒绝了，而且法院没有给我申诉的机会。再过1个月，我的合法短居就到期了。一旦被警察盘查，我就要面临被遣返。以前的时候，我在中国被抓捕过，我知道中共警察对待我们所有信神的人是多么的残酷，尤其是抓到信全能神的弟兄姊妹，那是往死里整，打死白死，这都是中共的红头文件里面明明说到的。所以，我一旦被遣返回国，会遭受什么样的酷刑和折磨，我想都不敢想。
现在我的难民庇护申请流程已经结束了，并且已经收到了离境书。在这1年里啊，我们明显能够感觉到，警察查难民的这个力度在加大。像主要的街口、地铁站，到处都有警察在盘查。有时候我出门1天就能遇见好几次。现在收到离境书的弟兄姊妹也越来越多了。大家没有什么重要的事，现在都不敢轻易出门了，因为一旦被查到，就会被拘押，甚至被遣返。
因为我在法国拍摄了教会里边一些电影和视频，这些电影和视频呢，都已经公开上传到网站。但是中国政府呢，一直在排查境外人员，尤其对那些上过境的弟兄姊妹，都会把他们列于一些黑名单当中，这是中共红头文件上明确写的。我也看到有些弟兄姊妹在福音电影、在一些节目里面出现过的，一回到中国，他们就被抓捕，甚至被酷刑折磨，后来又被关进了洗脑班。如果我回到中国，面临我的只有被抓捕、坐监，甚至呢被打残、打死。
When the reporters had interviews with the persecuted Christians, They could feel how worried and anxious they were upon receiving removal orders because they had personally suffered the CCP's inhuman persecution and knew well what subsequence would follow the deportation. Unfortunately, the authorities of some states in Europe don't know much about what despicable and brutal means the CCP has applied to persecute Christians. So they do not realize that these Christians will face dangerous situations if they are deported back to China.
我从小就因为我父亲信神被查，我在学校备受歧视，然后就辍学。2011年的时候，警察为了得到教会的钱财，把我家抄了，把我哥哥抓捕了，然后我母亲也在逃往警察抓捕的时候在外面去世。我和爸爸也是被迫分离，而我很多次被警察追捕。在2013年的3月份，因为警察对把我的手机监听、定位、跟踪，然后将我抓捕，提审了很长时间。看到说在中国就是信神，警察就用各种高科技手段来抓捕我们信神的人。在中国信神可以说随时面临被抓捕和生命危险，就像长时间在监狱里面是一样的。被迫无奈，我才逃亡到法国来的。
The truth is, though not arrested, the Church of Almighty God Christians in China would not be able to practice their belief, have meetings, and proselytize normally. The CCP deploys all schemes, checking of registered residents, reading gas meters, etc., to investigate and arrest the church members. High-tech equipments are placed for tracking them in all major cities, counties, and towns around the country. The cadres of each village committee and community office are mobilized to assist the police to record, photograph, and convert them one by one. People are assigned to watch them, and promised rewards are given to the informers. The CCP regime's religious persecution has long expanded to every corner of the country.
那是在2010年，中共就利用全国人口普查来抓捕基督徒。我记得我们当时吉林省那儿就要求当地居民5户10户联防，就让居民互相之间监督举报，看到谁家住有陌生人呐，或者信神的人，必须得向公安部门举报，那否则呢，就得承担一切责任。有的呢被罚款了，有的呢被开除公职。中共政府呢，就是利用这些手段方式来抓捕基督徒，控制人信神。我记得当时我住在那个地方，他们是多个部门呢一起入户调查。若发现你是信全能神的人，那就是当场抓捕。那个时候风声特别紧，因为在大街小巷都有巡逻的，有盯梢的，还有盘查陌生的人。这些年我在外面传福音，基本都是这样走过来的。不但我这样，我身边很多的弟兄姊妹，他们也是一样。走到哪儿都不能待时间很长。中共警察排查紧了，或者有弟兄姊妹被抓捕了，我们就得马上搬家。走到哪儿都得隐姓埋名，不敢暴露自己真实的身份。就是我们晚上聚会都得偷偷的说话，把声音降得很低，还得用遮光布挡住窗户，怕透出光线被人发现举报抓捕我们。不但这样，晚上我们睡觉 都不脱衣服，因为中共警察随时都能够入室抓人。那住楼房的弟兄姊妹呢，他们准备好绳子放在床边，随时准备从窗户逃跑，那都是很危险的。那个时候自己心里面不住地祷告神才走过来，若是没有神的保守带领，根本走不到今天。那个时候我心里也在想，我们信神，不做任何坏事，更没犯法，可中国政府呢，就这样疯狂抓捕迫害我们。在中共掌权的这些地方，真的不允许基督徒存在啊。
The CCP's brutal persecution has brought indelible pain to the minds and bodies of the Church of Almighty God Christians. The number of the persecuted church members in China is astonishing. According to the incomplete statistics, in the short span of 2 years from 2011 to 2013, more than 380,380 church members have been illegally arrested and criminally detained by the CCP. The record shows that in the last 2 decades, there were nearly 50 of them cruelly murdered by the CCP. Compared to other house churches in mainland China, the Church of Almighty God has suffered the most egregious persecution by the CCP.
Yes, indeed, for a few years we were really amazed to see that a church that we didn't know at all was also persecuted in China. So not only the Catholics, not only the Protestants or the Tibetans who are Buddhists or the Uyghurs who are Muslim, but also the Church of Almighty God.
J'ai reçu des tableaux de vous, les gens qui ont été persécutés à mort, le lieu, la date, l'âge. C'est ça que j'ai transmis au président de la République. J'ai dit, ces gens-là sont parfois persécutés à mort. Donc c'est une véritable persécution contre cette Église. Là, personne ne peut dire c'est pas vrai.
法国的确是现在查身份越来越紧，因为很多弟兄姊妹都拿到了离境书，心里都活在有些惶恐当中，即使有时候想出去办事呢，也活在一些瑕疵当中，就连最基本的日常生活用品，去买菜了，去超市了，还有去车站，心里都反复考虑才能出去。有些迫不得已要出去的话，在路上也不敢走大路，即使一些大站呢，也不敢停留。我们现在的生活好像又回到大陆一样。
现在中共也在加大力度调查逃往海外的基督徒。我们教会现在已经有弟兄姊妹被遣送回国，遭到中共抓捕，遭受酷刑的案例。去年在我的老家，警察还在挨家挨户的搜查。听说有2个姊妹想逃出来，在飞机场就被抓了，到现在也是下落不明。还有一个弟兄也是在准备逃亡的时候被抓捕，被定为叛国罪，判了4年。现在寻求庇护的国家不肯接纳我们，中共还在竭力抓捕我们。可以说，我们现在是处于两难境地。其实啊，我们也理解现在欧洲一些国家在接纳难民上的难处，但是，一旦把基督徒遣送回国，这就是人命关天的大事啊。但是我们也相信，像法国这样的民主国家，政府如果真正了解我们的情况，是不会袖手旁观的。其实我们想留下来，我们对生活的这个物质要求并不高。其实我们个人的生活有什么难处，教会也会帮助我们。 我们只希望法国政府能够理解我们现在的处境，可以允许我们在这里正常的生活和自由的敬拜神，这就是我们唯一的心愿。
Similarly, in France, 158 members of the Church of Almighty God received removal orders, and now the number keeps going up. It is an obvious fact that once those who got their asylum applications denied are sent back to China, they will be subject to the CCP's more brutal arrests, imprisonment, or even torture. Based on the urgent situation that these Christians failed to get protection of human rights in Europe, experts of human rights and scholars on religions repeatedly call on the democracies. Don't deport the Church of Almighty God Christians back to China.
Must leave the country, it means being sent back to China. And being sent back to China means to be arrested, to be imprisoned, to be beaten, and then maybe without any trial, to be sent to prison for a number of years. They don't represent any threat to the state security or to human security in any country where they are, that they have not committed any act of violence. But if they are sent back to China, they will be victims of acts of violence. Please, don't send them back to China. You send them to jail and maybe to death.
Je pense que ceux qui sont renvoyés de France en Chine risquent de se retrouver, par exemple, les Ouïghours maintenant. Il y a eu des Ouïghours qui ont été expulsés d'Égypte et de Turquie et de Thaïlande. Et presque tous ces Ouïghours ont disparu dans des espèces de camps de rééducation, lavage de cerveau, etc. On le sait. On sait qu'ils ont disparu. Bon, on ne sait pas vraiment où, mais on sait maintenant qu'il y a des camps de rééducation, lavage de cerveau, et quelquefois des gens qui disparaissent dans ces camps. C'est-à-dire qu'après, on ne les revoit plus jamais. On peut donc penser qu'ils sont morts dans ces camps. Ce sont des faits. Ce sont des faits qui sont maintenant à peu près indiscutables. Je vous souhaite bonne chance et j'espère que le gouvernement français va être attentif à votre témoignage, parce que ce serait un crime de renvoyer des gens en Chine qui risquent la torture, la prison ou la mort. Et nous ne voulons pas ça.
In a way, it's one of the big scandals. People who clearly deserve the status of refugees are not acknowledged as real refugees. It's a big scandal, which involves democratic, highly respected countries. Truth should be told. It will not be easy, but I believe that if we all work together, we may come from different backgrounds, we may believe in different religions, we may have different political ideas, but here it's not about politics, it's not about religion, it's about torture and blood and human beings.
Since the persecuted Christians have risked their lives to be displaced abroad, it's not important for them to be given sufficient material enjoyment, but to exercise their fundamental rights to religious freedom and life. Unexpectedly, they are confronted with the risk of being deported instead of being granted with protection of their basic human rights. It's really a heartbreaking fact that such a human rights crisis is happening in some countries of democracy and freedom. Mr. Eric Roux, chairperson of the European Interreligious Forum for Religious Freedom, stated, "Sending back to China members of the Church of Almighty God is tantamount to being an accomplice of the persecution they will have to suffer. We hope all the persecuted Christians are under the basic humanitarian protection in their host countries, and at least they don't have to worry about being deported. We also hope the authorities of European states have some concern for the human rights situation of these Christians and allow them to stay to continue their belief." Thank you so much for watching. See you again next time.